Hello, this is Dr. Cole Woolley, and this lesson is called Essential Oils to Improve Skin Appearance. So let's talk about ways to use essential oils and carrier oils to improve skin appearance. Well, first, let's talk about oily skin. Now, with oily skin, we want to be able to use essential oils that are astringent, that will take away oil from the skin, and also be able to act as antibacterial. So, for instance, clary sage, rosemary, frankincense, geranium, neroli, and lemongrass are good at doing this. They don't leave behind any residue. They evaporate very quickly. They act as antibacterial, especially frankincense. Now let's look at dry skin. Now here I've added carrier oils, and they act as emollients to help smooth and soften the skin to make it more supple. So here, jojoba oil, fractionated coconut oil are all very good at helping to make dry skin more soft and smooth and less flaky. We don't want flaky skin. It looks bad. So some of the essential oils that you can put on dry skin that'll help retain that emollient action for the whole day include sandalwood, copaiba, chamomile, and lavender. Now, the bottom three, especially copaiba, when you put it on the skin, it'll last all day long. It won't quickly evaporate. It stays there and acts as an emollient to keep skin from being flaky and dry. Now, what about sensitive skin? Sensitive skin is skin that is sensitive to either fragrances or chemicals that are around a person, or it might be a person that wears fragrance a lot, like perfume or fragrance in their clothing from laundry, and maybe you are sensitive to these chemicals. Well, some of the best thing to do is provide a barrier. I recommend jojoba oil, coconut oil, fractionated coconut oil. These are very good at making the skin not only soft, but acts as a barrier. In addition, lavender is very safe, but copaiba by far is not only safe, it doesn't evaporate quickly, has a low aroma, and you can use it as an emollient for your skin. It keeps the skin safe and provides a barrier so that you can keep your skin from being ultra sensitive to chemicals in your environment. Now, facial acne is usually associated with oiliness on the skin, and it's a bacterial problem. So find essential oils that are antibacterial. I highly recommend first frankincense, but also tea tree, and then rosemary, clary sage, and lemongrass. These all act as astringents on the skin to take away oiliness from the skin. So they also are antibacterial, so they fight against the wound of the skin caused by the bacteria. So I recommend you use either a cotton swab or a cotton pad with one of these oils on it to be able to gently press against the skin and use it to take away the oil and of the skin and to act in an antibacterial fashion against the facial acne. Another problem that is very common, mostly in older adults, is with dry skin eczema or psoriasis. These are usually associated with hyperactive immune function, and that's because they are either responding to something that you are putting on the skin, usually fragrance associated with a soap or shampoo or conditioner, or even the clothes that you're wearing. If it has fragrance attached to their clothes, your skin will respond in a hyperimmune way and cause either eczema or psoriasis. Now, you can use for eczema a carrier oil that, like fractionated coconut oil, jojoba oil, or black seed oil especially, that is recommended to help smooth and emoliate the skin so that it's not flaky, and to reduce the urge to scratch and itch. And also be able to reduce the hyperactivity caused by your immune system responding to fragrance or chemical, as in response to fragrance or chemicals. So these include tea tree oil, lavender, myrrh, turmeric, copaiba, cedarwood. Notice these are all thick oils. They act as emollients as well to last all day long. And I highly recommend copaiba oil. It's a great emollient oil that acts in an anti-inflammatory way on the skin. So it should help with eczema and psoriasis. Now, psoriasis is more of a redness associated with it, so be careful not to pick at it and flake it off, but use essential oils to help reduce the inflammation of psoriasis. Now, there's another one that is common in aging adults, and that's adults that have high exposure to sunlight. Now, we hear about this is kind of like a precancerous condition. It's called actinic keratosis, and it's a dryness associated with the skin. In this case, like right here, it's many times associated with age spots. And the best thing to do is use frankincense. I highly recommend that, either frankincense pure or with a carrier oil, to be able to take care of the action of actinic keratosis. So tea tree oil, rosemary, and clary sage can also help, but I highly recommend frankincense essential oil. Now, here are two common skin problems that we want to get rid of, either in our children or with ourselves or with other adults in the family. And that are warts and moles. They're very distractive for the appearance, especially if they're on the face or the hands. Now, what can be done is to use essential oils that eliminate both the wart or the mole. Now, warts are caused by viruses. They start out with virus, and this virus can be contracted by shaking the hands or having the virus on the hands and touching the face. That'll cause a wart on the face. And the best thing for warts is the hot oils. That means cinnamon, clove, oregano, and thyme oils. They're very hot oils that can kill warts. Just simply apply it to the wart 2 or 3 times a day. You can put a bandage over it, and then repeat this for maybe 1, 2, or 4 weeks, and the wart will eventually come off and not reappear. So also frankincense, lavender, sandalwood, and neem oils have been shown by scientists to help out with wart removal. In addition, there's moles. Moles are a common appearance that, especially on the face, that are unwanted. Large moles that might be associated with hair are a problem because hair will grow out of the wart and look problematic. So ways to get rid of that, I highly recommend for warts, frankincense essential oil, but also any of the hot oils like oregano, clove, or thyme oil. Now, let's go to age spots. These are common on the face, the feet, and the hands. On hands, they look bad. On the face, they look bad. But there's essential oils that can improve their appearance, the appearance of the skin, and take away age spots. They include, first, the carrier oils like fractionated coconut oil and argan oil and black seed oil to help fight against skin dryness. And then essential oils like helichrysum, carrot seed, frankincense, tangerine, ylang ylang, and geranium that can help fight against the age spots. I highly recommend carrot seed oil and frankincense oil and helichrysum oil as the top oils to start with for age spots on the face, the scalp area, the hands, or the feet. Now, aging skin is a problem. It's mostly a wrinkly problem and dryness. Now, a person wants their aging skin to be more smooth, to not be dry. So this happens usually with hands and the feet, especially the heels of the foot. They get very dry, especially in the summertime and often in the wintertime if you live in a very cold environment. So the best things, you need a carrier oil as part of an emollient to be able to soften the skin and smooth out the wrinkles. Fractionated coconut oil applied every day, jojoba oil, black seed oil will help you to make the skin soft and smooth out those wrinkles. Now there are emollient essential oils too. Rose essential oil, myrrh, frankincense, copaiba, patchouli, cedarwood, and carrot seed. Do you see something common in these? They all have heavy notes that are called sesquiterpenes and diterpenes, and they stay on the skin for a whole day or even longer. They are skin emollients. They make the skin soft and supple and help smooth out the wrinkles. I highly recommend also drinking a lot of water because aged skin many times is associated with the lack of drinking sufficient amount of water and having good oils in their diet. Finally, let's talk about athlete's foot. This is a fungus that's usually associated with growth between the toes, right between the toes, where there's hardly any exposure to the air. So it's commonly very wet, and so highly recommended are the right shoes, the right socks, and bathing the feet. The most common oil against athlete's foot fungus is tea tree oil, but there's also lemon, lavender, geranium, lemongrass, and peppermint oil that can be mixed in with tea tree oil to improve the aroma and also to improve the antifungal activity. Because having more essential oils fighting against the fungus will help eliminate it and keep it away. I would like you to try using frankincense essential oil on acne or maybe on a wart or a mole. Now for warts and moles it might take longer, but the application is the same. Let's start out with just a cotton swab that has 1 drop of frankincense oil on it. And if the acne is on the face, then just apply it very gently to the acne, and the frankincense oil will act to clean off the oil from the skin and also to create an antibacterial film that will fight against the growth of the acne in the skin, the response of the bacteria that's caused. So antibacterial frankincense can be used on not only the acne, but also moles and warts. Now with moles and warts, maybe an application for a week, 2 weeks, or 4 weeks is required until they come off. So try it today so that you can improve the appearance of your skin. Now this lesson has been all about ways to use carrier oils and essential oils to improve your skin, the smoothness of the skin, the imperfections of your skin that you don't want, the suppleness of your skin, to use carrier oils and essential oils that act as emollients to make your skin feel wonderful and to look wonderful, because that's the goal of most people, to have nice looking facial skin and hands especially. So remember, it just takes a drop or two for a better you.